Right now, the head of a local food pantry says the plan to reimburse some Madison residents for a proposed wheel tax just isn't enough.
And a man is on trial for the 2017 stabbing of a Janesville woman. An update on the evidence presented today in court.
Plus, Monona police are looking for help finding who's responsible for defacing a mural created over the summer.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now at 6.
Thanks for joining us. Low-income women on the nutrition program WIC will be reimbursed after paying Madison's $40 wheel tax.
That's thanks to an amendment to the city's 2020 budget passed by the Finance Committee last night. Amanda Quintana is here now with why some believe it's not helping enough people. Amanda?
For many Madison families, $40 is a lot of money. On top of the $28 Dane County wheel tax, the basic car registration will be $153. For families who are already struggling, that fee could hit them hard. The Madison Finance Committee is trying to keep that in mind.
I know that I see people who come here who have their cars Band-Aid together. Their tires are bald. It's another undue burden on low-income people.
Charles McClyman says for the thousands who visit the River Food Pantry, Madison's $40 wheel tax is just another added expense they'll struggle to pay.
$40 could be really over a week worth of food.
In an effort to help offset that extra tax, Common Council President Shiva Bidar proposed a reimbursement program for families on WIC, the federally funded nutrition program for women, infants, and children.
Any family who is on the WIC program would come to the Public Health Department at their WIC appointment with the proof of the payment of their vehicle registration fee. And if they live within the city of Madison, then they would receive a $40 gift card.
That gift card could be used for anything. Right now, almost 2,500 Madison families are on WIC.
Most of these families are working and working hard. It's just that it's really hard.
The Finance Committee voted to ease their burden, taking $100,000 from the transportation budget to reimburse them. But McClyman says it's not enough.
It's not a solution. It really is just a Band-Aid. Appreciate that the council is thinking about this and thinking about how this could adversely affect people who are low income, but I would really encourage them to do more.
He says just reimbursing women on WIC is limiting, not including those on food stamps or many of the people who visit the food pantry.
There's a lot of other vulnerable populations, and it does adversely affect communities of color, and it's not equitable.
The wheel tax is expected to raise $7.8 million that must be used on transportation services. This final budget, though, still needs to be approved by council. That happens in 3 weeks.
Amanda Quintana reporting. Amanda, thank you.
To weather now, we are looking forward to the wind calming down a little bit. Let's check on your first alert forecast with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canulti. Gary?
Well, Danica, it's been a slow process, but those winds are starting to die down a little bit. Let's take a look, first of all, at visible cloud track. We've had clouds for much of the day, but you can see as we get close to sunset, the back edge of that clearing across Minnesota and Iowa. So we'll expect skies to turn partly cloudy for tonight. And the last of the rain showers look like they're heading toward Milwaukee and out of our viewing area. Temperatures are in the upper 40s to around 50 degrees from Madison westward. East of Madison, it's a little cooler. Those winds right now in the 10 to 20 mile per hour range, but we're still seeing some higher gusts above 30 miles per hour, especially toward the Illinois state line. Otherwise, temperatures will drop off into the middle 30s by morning as skies clear out. Tomorrow, though, after some morning sunshine, will turn cloudy in the afternoon with some scattered showers developing. It won't be quite as cool with a high 52. That's your News 3 Now First Alert forecast.
Gary, thank you so much. New at 6, the National Guard is investigating allegations that Wisconsin commanders are trying to force out a sergeant out of the service. Master Sergeant Jay Ellis complained about sexual misconduct in his unit last year, triggering 2 ongoing federal investigations. Now he says Guard officials are blocking him from facilities and attempting to set up a medical discharge and deny him retirement benefits. An officer from another state is conducting the investigation. Officials are hoping hunters, farmers, and hikers can help find a missing woman. Dane County authorities have identified several areas of interest in their search for 23-year-old Anastasia Evans, who went missing on May 4th. Her last known location was an apartment on Madison's north side. The sheriff's office says they've spent several days already searching remote areas in surrounding counties. to the north and east of Dane County in particular. They're asking rural property owners to keep an eye out.
Local news outlets in Kansas City are reporting prosecutors are expected to give an update on the man connected to the disappearance of 2 Wisconsin cattle farmers. A news conference is scheduled for 10:30 tomorrow morning. 25-year-old Garland Joey Nelson pleaded not guilty earlier this month on a charge that he took the rental truck that Nick and Justin Diemel were using to visit the farm. The brothers are presumed dead now. Remains found on Nelson's farm have not yet been identified. A second person has died after a small plane collided with a pickup truck in Brown County last week. It happened in Ledgeview near a private airfield. The medical examiner's office confirms the pickup driver, 51-year-old Patrick Chenard of Greenleaf, died on Sunday. The pilot, John Fiddlekey of De Pere, died at the scene. The National Transportation Safety Board is expected to release a preliminary crash report later this week.
Today marks the second day in a Rock County homicide trial dating back to 2017.
Several key witnesses took the stand today. Rock County reporter Adam Duxter was there. He joins us now from our Rock County Bureau at the Janesville Gazette with the very latest. Adam?
Yeah, well, guys, today a jury spent close to 7 hours in a Rock County courtroom listening to key witnesses provide all the details that both led up to and immediately followed the 2017 stabbing death of Christine Scatia Lubeck. Now, during court today, the jury heard from a police officer from Cape Girardeau, Missouri, where Julian Collazo and Nicole Kazar were both taken into custody in relation to the crime back in December of 2017. The court was also presented several key pieces of evidence, including shoes that were consistent with footprints left at that crime scene. Also learned more information about the stabbing itself.
On our initial examination of the scene and of the body, we found the decedent laying in the bedroom. There was a great deal of blood at the scene, which is consistent with a traumatic injury or highly suspicious for a traumatic injury. And then in an examination of the body, I found evidence of sharp force trauma to the body.
Trial will continue into tomorrow and is expected to go beyond that. And it's anticipated that both Julian Collazo and Nicole Kazar will take the stand at some point either tomorrow or later this week. We'll continue to keep folks updated as this case does develop over the course of the week, both here and on our website, channel3000.com.
Adam Duxter live in Rock County. Adam, thank you. There are many reasons people take extended time off work in addition to the family to care for an aging parent or perhaps their own medical condition. A Democratic bill at the state capitol would help guarantee that those employees get paid for up to 12 weeks of leave time. The program would be paid for completely by employees who choose to participate, not their workplaces. A small percentage would be taken from their paychecks and put into a trust fund.
So if you do need a copy of the health of our communities or families.
Families lose millions in wages by taking unpaid leave, reducing their time at work to care for family members, or paying for child care.
However, the bill has attempted 3 times previously to pass. It has failed each time to receive any support from Republicans. And Wisconsin Senate Majority Leader Scott Fitzgerald says he will not hold any hearings or debate on gun control. Governor Evers called a special session to consider a universal background check and red flag bills. Fitzgerald told reporters that, quote, the support is not there to tackle these 2 issues. He plans to convene the special session and then immediately adjourn it without taking any action.
UW-Madison researchers are asking lawmakers for funding to help locate the remains of missing Wisconsin soldiers and to bring them home. The bill would allow the UW-Madison Missing in Action Recovery and Identification Project to seek $360,000 in state tax dollars over the next couple of years. The project's founder told a Senate committee today there are about 1,500 soldiers who are missing in action. The bill would enable them to look for them independently of federal assignments and funding.
The Monona Police Department is working to determine who vandalized a mural last week. That mural was created by artist Black Days on the side of the J&H Auto Supply building. This was part of the Momentum Urban Arts Festival back in August. The Monona East Side Business Alliance posted on Facebook that it appears that adults are responsible for the vandalism. If you have any information, you are asked to contact the Monona Police Department. More local news now. The Lake Mills Police Department says K-9 Truman has graduated from training. He is named to honor Fire Captain Chris Truman, who was killed while helping a driver stranded on the Beltline last New Year's Eve. Community donations made it possible to purchase and train the dog. And the Facebook post says K-9 Truman was the first to certify in every category out of all the dogs in his class. and he will go on patrol next week.
That is a cutie patootie right there.
Too.
Yeah. Next at 6, a Madison venue and cafe is rethinking its name. Why community input, I should say, helped the owners realize that they needed to make a change.
And more local news ahead. The Madison School District wants some feedback on a possible referendum that could lead to upgrades for the 4 high schools. Have that story tonight on News 3 Now at 10.
Students at Verona schools are already in the giving spirit after spending the last month or so collecting socks for those in need. Today, students from Glacier Edge Elementary donated more than 2,000 pairs to the Badger Prairie Needs Network. If you would like to help out as well, you can stop by that organization and let them know that you are donating on behalf of the kids at Glacier Edge.
City officials and law enforcement in Madison offering some reminders ahead of FREAKFEST this weekend. Major street closures start at 5 p.m. Saturday. That includes Lake, Johnson, and Dayton streets. At 6 p.m., Gorham Street closes, and drivers won't be able to cross State Street. You'll need a ticket to even beyond State Street. Starting at 7 p.m., there will be hundreds of officers at the event making sure everyone stays safe.
Many people come in costumes, creative, and while we appreciate people's creativity, it does tend to startle people if a portion of their costume looks like a weapon or is something that could be used as a weapon, so we ask folks to leave anything like that behind.
In addition to that weapons reminder, no glass or any alcohol can be brought onto State Street. A local cafe and music venue is changing its name after some pushback from the community to do so.
The Winnebago, located on Winnebago Street, has been open for less than a year, and they say they should have thought about their name before they opened. Jamie Perez spoke to one of the owners today about that decision and how you can be part of that change. Jamie?
Well, in a statement they put on their website, they said that their intention was to make a safe space for everyone. They said they always put careful thought and consideration into their booking process, who they hire, and where they buy things from. But they say they did not put that same thought and consideration into their name. They explained to me today the story behind their name and how they plan to fix their mistake.
The initial idea was just to name it after where it is. And so we're on Winnebago Street. We are an arts cafe, and so the name was the Winnebago Arts Cafe.
John DeHaven helped open this local venue just 8 months ago here in Madison. While he said their intention was to create a fun space to celebrate all of our city's diverse communities.
In retrospect, I wish we would have reached out to more folks before we opened, so we could have started with a better name from the beginning.
DeHaven said feedback from the community and several employees pointed out the name of the venue as being inappropriate, and DeHaven agreed.
I think it's important to make sure that we're not taking ownership over things that are not ours. The name Winnebago is something that I have no personal attachment to, but that other people do. We've reached out to the Ho-Chunk Nation and would like their voice to be involved in this conversation more than ours.
It'll take several months to rename and rebrand, but DeHaven said it's important that they do so that they can carry on with what their intentions were meant to be all along.
I hope that we're able to turn this mistake into something that's positive for the community, and if it is something that can start a broader cultural conversation, I think that would be awesome.
They are meeting with the ALRC on November 20th to talk about name changes, and they're hoping to get everything finalized and rebranded under a new name by January 1st. Now, I did reach out to the Ho-Chunk today as well. They said they were not part of the group of people who had originally asked them to change their name, but said that they do appreciate that the owners took it upon themselves to do so. So for anyone who would like to offer some of those name ideas, the owners do want to hear from you, and I'll have a link about how you can submit your ideas online at channel3000.com.
All right, Jamie Perez reporting for us. Thank you, Jamie. Next at 6, the Badgers are looking forward to some redemption after the loss to the Illini this weekend. We will hear how senior linebacker Chris Orr is feeling ahead of the Ohio State game.
And sunshine should warm us up for a bit tomorrow before the showers return. Gary will have your complete First Alert forecast next.
Well, the winds are gradually dying down. It'll still remain fairly breezy overnight, but the wind shouldn't be as strong as they are today. And skies are actually clearing out toward the Mississippi River, so we should actually see partly cloudy skies tonight. And that, coupled with lighter winds, will drop temperatures into the 30s. The last of the rain showers are heading off to the east over toward Milwaukee. And the live view from the WISC Skycam looking off toward the west shows a little bit of clearing on the far horizon. The Edgewater Skycam looking toward the southeast, still looking pretty cloudy right now. But as we check out the almanac for today, our high temperature of 51, 6 degrees below average, and that was early this morning. Low temperature 45. We've been at 45 for much of the afternoon. A few sprinkles of rain being reported at the airport right now. Temperatures 47, winds out of the west-southwest at 9 miles per hour, and the humidity is at 66%. Current temperatures are already in the lower 40s up near Superior and in the upper 30s north of that. Marshfield is at 40 and Rhinelander at 39. Temperatures a little warmer here, and then to the west, they've had some sunshine, but now with the sun going slowing down, those temperatures will drop off pretty rapidly. Compared to 24 hours ago, our temperature is running about 10 to 20 degrees below where they were at this time yesterday. But out to the west, those temperatures are warming up. And I think tomorrow we'll look for high temperatures to be a few degrees milder, probably in the lower 50s. The winds are starting to die down, still seeing general winds in the 10 to 20 mile per hour range. But the wind gusts are really starting to come down. 25 mile per hour wind gusts last hour in Madison, 24 miles per hour in Madison or in Milwaukee. Still 39 mile per hour wind gusts in Waterloo, Iowa. And over the last 24 hours, you can see that there have been some stronger wind gusts in the 40 to 50 mile per hour range from western Minnesota through much of Iowa and northern Illinois. But as we check out the upper level winds, they've shifted to the northwest now because this powerful area of low pressure now up toward Lake Superior has kind of buckled the jet stream. So the southwesterly winds have headed off to the east. Northwesterly winds are coming in. The next weather system will scoot in pretty rapidly right along that jet stream, bringing us some showers by tomorrow afternoon. But that system isn't going to have a lot of moisture associated with it. High pressure is kind of in between, running from Kansas all the way up to the U.S.-Canadian border, but low pressure in northern Montana is what will bring the showers in here for tomorrow. North of that, again, temperatures in the upper 30s near the U.S.-Canadian border, 50s and 60s. You have to go almost to Kansas and Nebraska to see temperatures generally that warm. And as we check out future track, you can see skies clearing out overnight, but the shower chances come back in for tomorrow. They're gone by tomorrow evening, and then we clear out for Thursday and Friday with drier conditions. So our forecast calls for cloudy skies. Any lingering showers east of Madison will end. Then we'll turn partly cloudy, breezy, and cooler with a low of 36. For tomorrow, look for a high temperature of 52 degrees. A little sunshine in the morning, but the clouds move back in, and we'll see some rain showers later on in the afternoon. On future track, the last of the showers heading out early. Skies clearing out overnight with low temperatures in the mid-30s. Then for tomorrow, look for the clouds to come back in along with some showers. Highs in the lower 50s. Those should move out of here pretty quickly tomorrow night. Skies clear out. Temperatures drop into the middle 30s. And then high temperatures will be in the middle 40s for Thursday, even though skies will turn partly sunny. Rainfall amounts generally should be less than a half inch. Most areas, especially north of Madison, less than a quarter of an inch. But the 7 to 10 day forecast calls for temperatures to be cool for Thursday and Friday, warming up for the weekend, then turning cooler next week. In fact, by Wednesday, we could see rain and snow showers, but at least Halloween will be dry, even though it'll be chilly.
The Badger men's hockey team is winning awards and making some noise early in the season. The story's coming up in sports. It's early, but this could be quite a season for the Badger men's hockey team. We know that they're really skilled on offense, and if they get any kind of help on defense and in goal, a lot of good things are in place. Today, goaltender Daniel Lebedev is named the Big Ten's #1 star for the week. Lebedev was in goal for the Badgers' 2 wins over the 2-time defending champion Minnesota Duluth last weekend. He had a .950 save percentage in those 2 games. Now, with a 3-1 start, the Badgers are ranked 6th in the nation in the USCHO.com poll this week. The Badgers host 13th-ranked Clarkson this Friday and Saturday. Now, players are getting awards. The team is ranked 6th. Tony Granado, though, has to pump the brakes a bit.
You know, we got off to a good start. We played good teams. We played pretty well. And, you know, our job is to continue to get better, to continue to gain, more respect as we go along. You know, after 4 games, does it make our guys feel good and feel that what we've done has been recognized? Sure it does. But ultimately, it's about facing your next challenge and not getting too wound up thinking, okay, we got it all figured out. Now everyone thinks we're great.
There are only 2 undefeated teams left in the NFL. The Patriots are 7-0. The 49ers are 6-0. Teams with 1 loss, the Bills, the Saints, and the Packers. The 6-1 Packers play the 5-2 Chiefs in Kansas City Sunday night. Packers could be getting the Chiefs at just the right time. Their MVP quarterback, Patrick Mahomes, is out with a dislocated kneecap, so Matt Moore should be the KC quarterback Sunday. Still, Arrowhead Stadium is a tough place to play, and the Chiefs are still a pretty good team.
Well, all I know is we're going to Kansas City this week. So, and they're a damn good football team. I think we all know that. They're explosive. Yeah, I think they're a really good football team. They're well coached, and they got a lot of players.
If you were worried about the Badger football team moving on from the loss at Illinois last Saturday, playing 3rd-ranked Ohio State will get your attention right away. The Badgers face the Buckeyes in Columbus Saturday at 11 a.m. Ohio State is ranked 3rd in the country and, as usual, features a ton of 4- and 5-star recruits up and down their roster. The Buckeyes are 14-point favorites over the Badgers, but that's no surprise to the Badgers.
I feel like an underdog every game. People didn't start picking us to win until, after, a couple weeks ago. So I always feel like an underdog. Everybody likes to pat us on the back now, but, they weren't doing it in the beginning of the year. So we don't worry about that. We always feel like the underdog.
The highest paid head coach in college football is Clemson's Dabo Swinney. USA Today had a list of the top major college coach salaries today. Swinney has passed Alabama's Nick Saban up to $9.3 million a year. I think Michigan's getting its money worth from number 3, Jim Harbaugh. And Wisconsin's Paul Chryst comes in at number 25 in the country at a reported $4.1 million. So have your kids either be lawyers or doctors or major college football coaches.
I was about to say, I'd take that payday.
It's a good gig if you can get it. Final check with Gary.
Winds are dying down. The showers are moving out. So look for skies to clear out later this evening. Temperatures are in the 40s, but they should drop off pretty quickly. Those winds right now, generally about 10 to 20 miles per hour. Still seeing some wind gusts up around 30 miles per hour from Madison southward. Otherwise, look for cool weather Thursday and Friday after some showers tomorrow afternoon. And then quiet but cold for Halloween.
Thanks for joining us at 6.
We'll be back here at 10.